What is a hero? And why would you want to be one? I've been thinking about the concept of a hero so much lately, and I want to hang out with you for a little while and just talk about something. And I want to share this mental model um, that I go back to time and time again. It's called the hero's journey. But before getting into it, I just want to really break it down. Just get on the same page about what it is when we say hero. It's funny. It's a word that we use so often, but maybe it means something totally different to different people. If I ask the average person on the street, what is a hero? I might get answers related to Superman and superheroes, somebody who's powerful, someone who isn't just powerful but uses that power to do good, to save, to help others who aren't as powerful, who are in danger. This character, this hero, has a strength, someone who comes to save the day, right? We're all in danger, not just any danger, but there's something powerful and ominous, uh, and we need help. Now, that can be actual evil, or that could be Mother Nature, can be so powerful and dangerous at the same time. The hero can come and save the day, right? The hero is someone who is admired, someone who is respected. A hero is someone who has found their purpose. They have a strength and an ability that no one else does, and they've decided to use that for good. So satisfying. There's something so wonderful, and it like feels right. It feels like a life well lived. I think my next question would be, for all of us, why do we want to be a hero? Are we looking for respect from others? Is there someone in our life that needs our help? Maybe we see evil in the world, corruption. We so desperately want to make things better. The solution to that would be that if we became a hero, we became a superhero. The superheroes from movies aren't going to show up anytime soon. What if we became that hero? A hero gets a lot of respect, right? If you're seen as a hero, that's pretty cool. A pretty awesome way to be seen by others. We feel complete. We have a purpose. So we kind of talked about, what is a hero and why would you want to be a hero? It's funny, there's another part of it though. Isn't it also interesting how heroes don't get those special abilities without going through some sort of struggle? So it's also interesting. I think on some level we know that a hero needs to go through a challenge, but we're willing to sacrifice if we know that on the other side of that is heroism. We're drawn to that story of that struggle and of coming out on the other side as heroes. So how to live like a hero? We've, I think, established what a hero is. We've established that it'd be pretty amazing to be a hero. So why wouldn't you want to be a hero? And then we're starting to kind of open things up a little bit and talk about how heroes go through a struggle, which kind of leads me to what I'd really like to talk about, which is the hero's journey. The hero's journey is the story of all heroes. It's a pattern identified by a man named Joseph Campbell. He ended up calling that the monomyth, like the one myth, and it's the one myth that ties together all these other myths. It's the hero. It's the hero's journey. There's three different stages. There's the stage where the person in their home environment or a comfortable environment, and then something propels that person to be ejected, to separate from that place. The next stage is confronting the challenge, defeating the challenge, overcoming the challenge, fighting the dragon. And then the third stage, and this is one that I think a lot of times we forget about, it's what completes the hero's journey. And that third part is reintegration, coming back to the center and sharing and helping, changing the place where you started. And maybe that place isn't a physical space. Maybe it's an emotional space. the path of the hero isn't complete until the hero has taken whatever learnings and special abilities they've gained. They've learned something, they've grown through that experience, through that struggle, taking those abilities and integrating them back into that hero's life, back into that person's life. And that could be through helping others, that could be through educating, that could be through reinterpreting or seeing something from a new perspective. You change so much along the way as an explorer that when you return, it's a different place because you're different. If you really want to live like a hero, all you have to do is realize that we are all living like heroes. The hero's journey, that's a metaphor for our life. The story of the hero, the reason why it's been around for thousands of years across all these different myths is because it's the story of us. It's a story that was made for us, but it's also a story that's made about us. How can we take this concept of a hero's journey and apply it to our own lives? I would like to offer up a mental model that I've used throughout my life. We're all living many different heroes' journeys. They also can last different spans of time. Okay, so for example, I think it's completely conceivable to imagine that there's been a hero's journey that you're living out right now that is like a 20-year cycle. I lived in Mexico City, and outside of Mexico City when I was 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, and then I left Mexico and came to live in the United States. Middle school and high school and college in the United States. I started my working career in the United States. And about 8 years ago, I found myself living in Mexico again. And it dawned on me then, there was this cycle. There was this huge cycle. I had left Mexico when I was, 9, 10 years old. And here I was at 30 something, coming back to live in Mexico. A completely different person. It was a different place for me. It was a completely different reality for me. How things felt when I left as a small child, and then integrating 30 years, almost 30 years of experiences back into my professional life, back into my personal life. It was a trip. Let's not forget, like the big one, which is our entire life, right? We weren't alive, and now we are. And one day we won't be. Our life, our existence, this carnal existence on earth is the big one. The smaller one, but also very big, is one that could last maybe 20 years, 30 years, maybe for some people longer than that. I'd love to hear people share that. If they can think of something, please share it. And then I think we can have smaller hero journeys in our life. I think there's ones that maybe last 4 years, 5 years. For a big part of my career in technology, it seemed to be like every 4 years. It's funny. It's very similar to like a college or the high school period, right? It's like 4 years, college 4 years. And so there's just something about like that nearly half a decade period where I think if we look back, we'll see that we had a lot of these cycles. We initiated something, we learned some new things. We're now integrating everything we learned there. And then I think, we have the yearly period. It's definitely marked by seasonality. Every season, it's reminding us, hey, you just went around the sun and here you are again. And we can reflect back on the last year. How to live like a hero. What is a hero? Why would you want to be a hero? And then realize that, I just think it's amazing. All of life's myths, can be synthesized into various things. And one of them is just this idea of a hero. And it's an archetype that helps us see our own life and to understand the journey of living through this embodied character that we call a hero, right? With super abilities and amazing gifts. That is the core lesson of what life, I think, is really all about. We embark on something, we confront challenges. If we fail, we go back and we try it again, and we go back and we try it again, and at a certain point we overcome whatever that challenge is that needs to be confronted, and then we come back. We're a new person, we have a new perspective, we have new abilities, and then we come back and we share those abilities with others. Like, that's just such a beautiful concept, the hero's journey. So how to live like a hero? We're already living like heroes, and I'd love to hear what you think. Catch you next time.